Hey everyone, today's Let's Try is going to be of Shards Chapter 1. This is once again an adult game for adults, so proceed with caution and so on. Mind of Fur. This game contains explicit images and strong language, which may be offensive for some players and inappropriate for children. The content of this game is meant for mature audiences only, I think is the last part said, but it kind of went off on its own. Oh. I thought that was a menu, so I was ready to interact with it for a minute there. I opened my eyes to find myself in a dark room, with no visible walls or any indication of an ending. Oh, let's turn the text speed up if I can, or down, there we go. It doesn't seem to be a dream. I try to pinch myself to wake up, but only feel some pain, and nothing happened. I want text speed to have a movement to it, because if it's set to instant, the controller will sometimes double input and just skip ahead, which doesn't happen if there's the scrolling, because it would just skip the scrolling instead. I can still feel the bruise on my face from when I dropped my phone, just minutes before going to sleep. I took it as a sign to end my day. Adjusting my vision to the darkness and looking around, I notice a light in the distance. I was never a religious person, but God, if you're out there, please tell me I'm not dead. What a nice 19th birthday gift. Not. I know I had just a bit too much cake, but still. What is the fatal amount of cake? It must be more than 4 medium slices, right? If I had any kind of sense, I'd probably not go towards the light, but I don't have any other ideas, so I'll go ahead and do exactly that. Man, I don't even remember what it was like to be 19. Jesus. Imagine finishing a slice of cake and being like, I'll have another, not feeling like you're like in danger already. I'm so far removed from being 19 that's like an incomprehensible emotion. It's like, oh no, that was 15 years ago. Coming closer, I start seeing some more colors with the bright light, but I'll have to get a bit nearer to really know. I'm now less than 30 feet away from a figure on a throne, showering in the light. It seems less bright now that it's closer. I keep looking away, up, down, left or right, shuffling my feet as I walked, not making eye contact with the figure. My mind just didn't want to believe what I was seeing until I was close enough, so there wouldn't be any doubt. I think God might indeed exist, and he just blessed me. Hello! The first visual of the game, alright. Now only 10 feet away, on a grand dark throne of stone, stood a male dragon. I don't know about stood. Almost naked, scaly, with his legs spread and a huge bulge, hard and inviting. I'm usually a somewhat collected person, shy, and just awkward in general, but standing in front of him, my mind was buzzing. My whole body, in fact. I could barely stand on 2 legs, my heart about to jump out of my chest, my mouth opened the whole time. Not to mention that dragons, or lizard folk in general, went extinct a long time ago. Oh. No face, apparently. It looks like the bad dragon mascot, without any more context. I was so shocked about the view, I didn't even notice his scratched out face, like a kid had drawn over it with a Sharpie. He beckoned me towards him with a finger, feeling his gaze burning my face even if I could not see my eyes. Any eyes. Even if I could not see any eyes. I don't hesitate much, although maybe I should. I have no idea where I am, or who or what he is. The most sensible thing is to assume that I'm in a lucid dream. I should make the most of what I can with this information. I should have been sent to horny jail a long time ago for my actions, but it's too late now. Who knows when the next opportunity will arrive. Damn, buddy, you're in a hurry. That is a copious, somehow completely still clothed shape. Say goodbye to the good boy, it's time for some action. The dragon rests his clothed cock on my shoulder. Such a simple act, but effective in arousing me more. Or, better said, craving him to use me. If my ancestors saw me, they'd be disappointed, but I've never felt more like a hentai female protagonist than now. I could feel my pupils turning into hearts. The man, or whatever it is, strokes the back of my head and ears. A plain, affectionate gesture that made me desire him so much more. I can feel the grin he has on his face underneath the scribbles. Just explicitly, they are scribbles, okay. It must be from my immediate obedience. Maybe I should have tried to resist a little bit. But it's too late now. I stroke his hard member underneath the cloth, feeling the pulsing veins on my fingertips. I grab at the end of the cloth, and I raise it slowly, so I can finally reveal what I'm about to work with. Before I can do so, his hand comes closer to my ear and whispers, "You're perfect." Boost of confidence unlocked. Hey, we have a little personal sprite thing in the corner. That's always fun. The voice was rough, hoarse, and accompanied by what I believe sounded like static noise. Come find me. Weird thing to say to someone about to give you head, but okay. This person's unfazed by everything. I guess they did explicitly decide this is just a dream that they're gonna have fun with now. I continue unwrapping my present. And... Ow! Loud. Fuck. I wasn't ready for the volume of that. Okay, this computer's currently set louder than I thought it was. Please wake up and spare me. There we go. What? Oh. Of course. Of course I would wake up now. Dreams are so stupid. I flex my claws and move my fingers. My fingertips are still hot, like I just touched... Never mind. Probably just slept on top of it. Or just your own body, which is also made of meat, shockingly. Hey, fatty. Mom said you have to wake up. Ah, great. I have an alarm clock, you know. I have an alarm clock, you know. And get out already, we're leaving in 30 minutes. What? I thought I set it up for an hour earlier. Dumbass. I heard that. I wasn't trying to be discreet. Ugh. I get out of my bed and run to the shower. Please, please, please let it be a good fur day. If my fur doesn't dry properly, it will be an awkward first day of school. I swear I'm gonna blow up that school, just so I don't have to stress about every little thing. Or my name isn't... What is my name again? I don't know. Actually, what's the Cody, right, I almost forgot to check the default name. Did I really just forget my own name for a second? Let's hope it doesn't happen when I introduce myself to other people at the academy. My thoughts start to clear out a bit when I step into the shower and get the water running. I am worrying over my social status. That's laughable considering where I'm going. Laconia, Hunter's Academy. The absolute best school ever. I like how we wake up into what looks like a completely normal everything. It's like, I was just going to my first day of college, which I conveniently announced 19-year-old, just so you're not worried about my age. I'm definitely 19. This is college, not high school. Don't freak out. And then it's like 2 seconds later, like, by the way, it's like, I'm going to Ruby College. I'm going to the college from Ruby, the Hunter's Academy. Like, hang on a minute. Wait, I thought you were gonna go like study the humanities or something. The absolute best school ever. And well, only school around for Nightfallen hunters. Yep, here we go. Just a face full of terminology. We're like, oh, okay. So it's not our setting. Something's up here. As soon as I found out I had magical powers some years back, my whole life and personality revolved around that place. I sent them a letter of introduction last year and nothing. An email with my CV and qualification, and why I think I'd fit perfectly at the academy. Still nothing. I even got begging messages. Still no response. Of course, in order to enter, you need to submit some training and experience. You still need at least some training and experience, and be over the age of 18. Being hot also helps. Sometimes Nightfallen can be invading of personal space, to put it in a family-friendly way, which is redundant in this game. They can't just let in a newbie that can barely cast a spell. I was determined to do anything to get in, but I didn't actually take that much, to my surprise. Every year, the staff scouts random high schoolers with the most potential and gets them a scholarship. And guess what? I was not one of them. But, you see, I was involved in a little accident at school that I don't like to talk about. Was it my fault? Oh, yeah. Big time. Do I regret it? Not one bit. Because that was my ticket to the start of my dreams. What was the incident, you're asking? I suppose there's no reason to keep it a secret. The whole town knows, after all. You see, I have a very weak affinity for energy manipulation. Pretty cool and rare power. Wait, a weak affinity for... I'm guessing the part where you have an affinity is the good part, and not the part where it's weak. I was like, what am I reading? Pretty cool and rare power. When you're... Oh, that's the wrong your. Whoops. When your whole world revolves around energy and magic, except that I don't have the talent or strength to use it. But one day, one of the teachers at school crossed a line. We were alone in the classroom and I exploded. What? You want to know what line he crossed? That's not capitalized. Well, that's a little too much information for starters. Anyway, I was enraged, consumed the energy reserves of the school for an entire year, don't even ask how, and proceeded to blow up the classroom. The teacher, he lived. Somehow. At the time, I thought I'd go to prison for that, even if I was 15, so I was crying for days that at any moment someone will take me away. Thankfully, the incident was written up as a poor understanding of a magical child's abilities. I was expelled, but nothing more. It didn't really matter, I hated that place anyway. And basically got a 2-month vacation before summer break. My mom and I were running from high school to high school, begging to let me in. But most of them had some kind of excuse like, oh, we don't have enough meal plans for an extra student, or his grades are just too good, he'll be happy in another institution. All BS, which should be capitalized. And yes, I might have a small body, but for me, it's always big brain time, at least when it comes to school grades. Probably shouldn't say that in case I make some dumbass decisions in the near future that embarrass myself. Anyway, we just settled for homeschooling. But lo and behold, I got an interview invitation years later for the academy, which was strange because you don't usually need those when entering the academy. But I'm not the one to question the people that might provide my future. Back to the present. So that was messy. It was fun to read out loud. Like there's a cadence to it all, and like a styling to it that's like very like natural for the most part. That's kind of like it kind of flows in a good way. I feel like you'd want to find more natural ways to implement most of that information without just dumping it all as upfront exposition. In particular, because several of those things could have been reveals. Like the fact that, oh, the only reason you're here is because you exploded a teacher could have been like an actual revelation. Like somebody that knows it could have accused him of that. Or it could have been a thing that gets revealed hours into the story and like adds a new dimension to the character you thought you knew and so on. Like there's a lot of like ways to question how you reveal information that can make it more engaging than just dumping it all up front. There's definitely people that won't have a problem with how it was done here, but it feels like you're wasting opportunities for how these moments could pay off if they were actually incorporated into dramatic beats instead of just told, instead of all of it just being told up front. So it can, now none of that can be like utilized that way as like a surprise. I get some cluster blue shell shampoo, the best for soft silky fur, and it prevents some of the after fluffness. The only problem is that if I get a drop in my eye, it'll feel like 100 bee stings inside my eyeball. Small price to pay for nice fur, I just have to be careful. The stress of waking up late made my morning wood disappear at least. First mention, one less thing to worry about. Where was I? Oh yeah, I nailed that interview with my stunningly good looks and vast knowledge. And by that, I mean that I played the yes man card and they were happy enough with my responses. They probably took pity on me because of the incident. No regular public school would accept me. Ha! Their loss. My grades were impeccable. That's another factor that played a role in my interview success. It's a sign that you're a good student, but if your grades were amazing, but then you couldn't get back into school for years, then I feel like you're behind now, right? Unless you got homeschooled the whole time. I'm amused that we was head back to the present, but then we went right back to the recapping anyway, like a moment later. A week later, I got the schedule with detailed description of the academy campus, staff, activities, etc. And most importantly, the shards, which are just branches to specialize on. Their purpose is to... Stop wasting the water! Get out already! I've only been here for 10 minutes. That's 7 minutes too long! Sisters. Can't live with them, can't stuff them back in the old baby maker. The wise words of a wonderful blue-haired woman. I have no idea who, though. I stop the water and start drying myself with a towel as much as possible, so I don't have to use the fur dryer. I go back to my room with the towel around my waist. They do have fur dryers in this setting too, like in Echo and at Astra. We never get to see them in Echo. You can just assume they exist. You can just accept their existence in Amicus's shower because he's the Emperor, so of course he has like some cool fan in his like sci-fi tech life and everything. But the full body dryer and Echo is kind of funny to imagine because like they're in like the shittiest motel in the most like remote town possible, and so it's like you imagine it's gotta suck, but also trying to imagine the technology, and it's like it's never depicted, so you're like, what does it look like? Where is it? How do you even fit it in this room? I take one last wide look at the room that I won't see for a long time. The sun rose a little higher, casting some more natural light for me to bask in. I stop in front of my wall mirror. With a towel around my waist, I check my fur for moisture that is almost completely gone already. I'm very satisfied with my looks. I lost weight over the summer, but some unnamed sisters don't seem to realize that. How did you get most of the moisture off with a towel? It is magic. Pff, fatty. Fat is her dumb face. No, Cody, she can't make you upset. Not today. I never focused much on putting on more muscle mass. I learned some strength and speed buff spells off the internet. Thankfully, they were very compatible with my skills, so I can use the spells quite effectively. I can now lift as much as a professional bodybuilder as long as I have enough magic in me. I put on some of my best underwear, tight but comfortable. I'm not going to get railed on my first day of school. Brave assumption. But hey, nice underwear equals boost of confidence, I always say. I get my uniform, which consists of jeans and a white dress shirt with the Academy's emblem on it, as well as a purple tie. I also had a sweater, but it's too hot outside to wear that, so I packed in my luggage. They sent it around the same time as my schedule and stuff. Apparently they like to give their students the freedom to choose their own clothes as long as they have some similarities with the Academy, like a visible emblem and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure where the limits of this freedom really are, so I decided to wear the uniform and nothing more or less. I go downstairs and have breakfast. Usually I have some chocolate cereal, but now it seems like my mom wanted a goodbye feast. I see some leftover cake on the table too. I might get a little sick. Good morning, honey. Oh, you don't look very well. But I don't blame you. There must be dozens of emotions and thoughts buzzing through your head. Today's your big day after all. I'm probably more excited than you are. Or maybe more nervous is the better word. Maybe terrified? You know what? Maybe this is not the best idea. Maybe we should find you another school. There are a couple we haven't... Mom, it's fine. We've talked about this, really. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. The school is probably the most secure place in the country. What about that test the headmaster's introducing? I heard it's very complicated and dangerous. I don't know why Mr. Seba would do that all of a sudden. Where'd you hear that from? There is no information about this mysterious test. It might not even be real, it's just a theory. Yes, you're right. Come on, finish your breakfast, I'll drive you. Why do I have to go too? Your brother won't be home for another 6 months, show some compassion. But a 6-hour drive just for that? Indeed, the drive is long, but this being the first day, and me being a first year, I was invited to be present around noon, when the announcements start in the main hall. Noon? I assume they mean it's a 6-hour round trip, and that's why it's a hassle for them, because you have to be there in 6 hours, and you're leaving... The sun's up already. It's like, are you up before... Did you get up at 5 a.m.? She blushed and looked away, munching on a strawberry. I know deep down, in that little cold, wretched heart, she loves me. Your fur doesn't look too bad. It's shiny. Thanks. That's the biggest compliment I got from her in months. Alright, your luggage is in the trunk. We should probably get moving if you don't want to be late. Yes, ma'am. It was one of the longest drives of my life. Which isn't even necessarily a dramatic comment, it's just really far. But also the most enjoyable. I won't see these people for a long while, especially because there is no such thing as internet when the whole property is surrounded by anti-everything, basically. Internet, cell phone signal, not even radio comes through. Well, as far as I understand, you can still communicate with anyone within the barrier like normal on your phone. I mean, every city is protected by a barrier, but not on such a scale. Okay, so every city has a barrier around it? Is this Ruby? Are there monsters outside of the cities? And everyone's becoming hunters with magic powers to fight them? I was just joking when I first immediately referenced Ruby, but that might be what's going on. But I made sure to download as much content as I can. Even if I might not make any friends, at least I'll have porn with me. Gee, to take away the boredom. Well, here we are. After 6 hours of driving and about 20 stops because someone has a weak bladder. I thought you had a deadline. You made me this way, Mother. Anyway, wow, that's cool. It looks fit for royalty. It's huge. I saw images of it before, but it's even better in person. Is it even the right place? It looks more like a city than a school. It is technically a city. There are regular people living there, and they need a space for the staff and the students. You sure did your research. Guess you don't need us anymore. She makes a dramatic dying pose, at which I chuckle. What? You think I won't need someone to tell me random information about geographical locations? I cannot possibly replace you. Huh, you little rascal. Anyway, the path is a little too, bumpy for the car, unfortunately, so this is as far as we can go. Are you sure there's no other paths to take? Pretty sure. I checked on the map. Could we come with you? Through the forest? Don't be ridiculous. You really don't have to. I'll be okay. Now, don't forget your phone, your map, your backpack, your water bottle, your... Mom, it's fine. I won't forget anything. More importantly, if you did, you forgot it hours ago. Okay, just making sure. We love you. Love you too. And if they expel you, don't be ashamed. It can happen to anyone. Make sure you call me and I'll come get you right away. Just exit the barrier and the phone should work, right? I won't get expelled, so I won't need a ride. I expect you to be able to at least charge my phone with your powers by the time you fail to graduate. Very funny. I will graduate. I hug them goodbye, even if my sister doesn't consent, and get going, very excited about my new life. Well, goodbye to those characters. Just gonna trek through woods to a bubble town where I can't tell everyone if I'm safe or not. In time for a thing I have to be at by noon? Which, damn, that's just stressful. I would be stressing about that this whole time. And with that, they left. I watched the car drive away for a couple seconds before venturing on my path. I'll miss them, even the brat. No matter, my first adventure awaits. Alright, there's only one path that goes to school, and surely there is no way to get lost or injured, right? I should probably not challenge the universe like that. We are not on very good terms. If my luck were a stat in a game, it would be a negative number. And so, I go down the mountain path, then up, then down again, then up again with my headphones in for what feels like hours, but it's only been a bit over 10 minutes. Every little rustle of leaves and bird flutter makes me jump a little. The Academy attracts Nightfallen with its magic, so although there are none inside the barrier... Okay, there you go. the Grim on the outside. So you can encounter monsters out here? I'm right. Okay, that's bad. I get lost in thought, watching the treetops for horny monsters ready to attack. Uh-huh. Okay, that's a new word added to the monsters. When suddenly, to no one's surprise, I somehow managed to fall down a pit, about 20 feet deep and 5 feet wide. Oh? Uh-huh. I don't think you're making it to your noon meeting. Ouch. Always look where you're going. Always look where you're going. This is a new, useful tip that I have to hold on to for dear life, or else I'll end up in another hole in the middle of the forest. It's great. I want an adventure. I have an adventure. But instead of the hero, I'm the damsel in distress. Now, what should I do? What would a new student from Laconia Academy do? Let's see, we can shout for help. No need to be embarrassed. It could happen to anyone, really. Call for mom. She might not be that far away. Or start climbing out like the alpha Chad you are. What am I, a baby? I should be able to get out of here on my own. It's not that deep. The walls are soft enough for my fingers to penetrate the surface, but not enough to crumble away. There are big boulders here and there that I can use as leverage. I am not world champion when it comes to raw strength, but a simple climb like that is not a problem at all. So I don't even bother buffing myself with a spell. Of course, as always, because my luck is just that great, just a couple lifts before I reach the top, the biggest spider I've ever seen decides to make an appearance out of a hole on the wall in the wall of the hole. Haha, double holes. No, this is a dangerous situation. I shouldn't be laughing. And as any normal person would do in this case, I first screamed, then decided to get rid of the spider, then decided that getting rid of the spider is a higher priority than getting out of the hole, so I shake the spider off, losing my grip, and starting to fall again. Ah, in the hole, with the spider that you just got rid of. Very clever move. Masterful gambit, we'll see how it pays off. I closed my eyes and waited to hit the floor, something that never happened. I opened my eyes. I was levitating in place, and then I started to fly up, slowly. A voice spoke. Don't worry, I got you. It was an angel, a capitalized angel. I saw my life flash before my eyes as I fell down, but this person saved me. It was comedic even. If someone saw the single teardrop in my eye. Your life flashed before your eyes from the fall? You already fell down that fall before. You know you'll be fine, probably. The next thing I know, light shines bright in my eyes and my feet touch the ground gently. Take a second to catch my breath. Then I raise my head to see my hero. It is only natural I should thank them. And it's a crop top jacket hoodie. What the hell? Look at this extremely JRPG character. Just soak that in while I take a drink of this drink. I have now downed my entire drink. There we go. So we have a black cat with like raver pants or whatever with big old hoops and stuff. I guess those probably are suspenders actually that are not being used right now, so they're hanging off on the sides. You have a crop top. Crucially, not only a crop top hoodie with ear holes, but also a crop top dress shirt, which is very specific. And they're both they're like complementary lengths. But then there's a tie with a clip over the dress shirt that's a crop top, and it's normal length, so it goes past the length. There's a lot going on here. Honestly, it's a great character design. I'm having fun with that. In front of me stands a short, young-looking tuxedo cat. Ha, get it? With a questionable fashion sense, how dare you? Right after I just said all that. He's wearing a cropped hoodie with what I can only call a DIY outfit underneath, made from the same material as our school uniforms are made of. That's my first example of how unique our school outfits can be. I mean, you haven't been inside yet, you don't know if this is gonna fly or not. I wonder if this is the limit, or if there's more... What, like you're asking if you can have a school uniform jockstrap as your clothes? His lithe figure is very accentuated. Considering that his whole stomach is uncovered, I'm surprised that insects don't make him cover up more. But hey, it's a pretty nice view, so I should not be complaining. Are you Okay. I now realize that I've been checking the cat out for a while, and he's starting to get me curious looks. Think of something fast. You're really cute. The actual record scratch noise. The cat blushes, so red that it's visible through the fur. His tail straightened and his eyes sparkled. Didn't expect that. I hope I didn't make it weird. Tell me something I don't know. I'm basically the talk of the crowd around here. So, not surprising you fell for me already. Literally. 17 feet worth of falling to be more exact. Anyway, I'm the one that made the hole in the first place, so I suppose we're even now that I got you out. What? You can't just miss such a reaction just like that. And hit me with that confession, too. He seems unbothered. I just made the courage to compliment him, and he's just standing there, smiling. What a nice smile. He circles around me, checking my body from head to toe. You're not too bad yourself. We might just be friends. One could even say that you're a great catch. Whoa. A friend already. But is it wise to be friends with a guy that digs deep holes in the road for fun? So, you're new here? Oh, right. Yes, I am. My name's Cody. Yours? You are in the presence of... He takes a small pause and looks around. Did he forget his name? Maybe I'm not the only one after all. Drum rolls, please. Oh, it's audible. It's real. Tartarus. Never mind. The pleasure is yours. There's a question mark after Tartarus. Like we don't believe him? He gives a polite bow. Really? Yes, really. What? It's a good name. Great, even. I'm not saying it isn't. I was just taken aback by the suspense, that's all. I get that a lot, actually. Probably because I keep doing it. I wonder why. Is suspense dead? Maybe I should change to the element of surprise. Just announce it when it's expected the least. Weirdo. Oops, didn't mean to say that out loud. He seems content that I called him that. It must be a compliment for him. After about a second, his back straightens, and I swear I can see a twinkle in his eye, like he finally found his purpose in life. So, I suppose you're on your way to the academy. Need some help? The road there is more dangerous than you think. Yes, please. I'm not necessarily lost, but I could use someone to get me out of holes if I stumble upon more of your work. Ha! Yeah, that sounds about right. His ears suddenly perk up. Like the realization just hit him. Oh! I just remembered I'm actually busy. Well, sorry, gotta go. See you later. Good luck on your way. Don't let the horny monsters, do stuff to you. Tartarus out. Oh, that full-on instant transmission Dragon Ball Z noise. Got it. And just like that, he teleported away. Wait! Why did you even propose to help me if you're just... who am I kidding? He's not around anymore. Shouldn't have insulted him. Teleportation, huh? That is very handy. Sure wish I knew how to do that right now. Well, let's get going. I wonder if Tartarus received some kind of signal or message in some way that something was up. Or... Ow. My neck. I'm old. I'm too old to sneeze now. I wonder if Tartarus got a message of some kind, or if he remembered he has more holes to check. Phrasing. And has to check if like, he caught more students or something, and can't just leave. Thankfully, my luggage didn't fall in the hole with me. I keep walking on the path with nothing but the out of the ordinary happening for once. I see the main gate in the distance, but before I can get closer, I'll need to bypass the barrier. It looks like a thin, golden light blanket. A light blanket, not a light blanket. Like, it's a blanket of light, not a blanket that is light. I mean, it is light, but it's made of light. It doesn't have the property of light. Well, it has properties of light, but that's because it's made of light. But it isn't light as like in the weight, as in like almost invisible from a distance, but impossible to miss real close. Let's see. How do I try to touch the barrier. As soon as my fingertips touch it, my whole body gets sucked through. It deflects Nightfallen, but absorbs people. Neat. Well, no monsters yet. Shopal. Okay. Greenall, Shopal. Bike, rent. Why Greenall and Shopal? Is it a language barrier thingy? Is there like a... what language would say that, I wonder? But then it just says bike rent. But then why would bike rent instead of bike rentals also strange? I don't know. I wonder whether there's... I guess they want to have the aesthetic of the background being blurry so the character sprites stand out, but I'm a little taken aback by the fact, like, I'm definitely used to blurry stock photos, but when there's, like, fully drawn backgrounds, which is this is at least the second one. Well, I guess this other forest stuff was too, but this and the bedroom were both, like, fully drawn, detailed, urban or, like, human-ish environments that are blurred out, and I'm like, huh, that's a choice. At first glance, I thought I might have found the wrong, secluded, man-made structure in the woods. They used the word man. So if anybody responded to me a second ago saying that was weird, the game agrees. As this part of the campus looked very much like the streets in town. I started remembering the videos and photos I'd seen online, and it checks out. Walking around, I managed to recognize the cafeteria, some dorm buildings, and staff houses. There's even a market. That is now mostly empty, of course. Nobody seems to be on the academy's grounds. I wonder why. I take my phone out of my pocket and look at the time. Another record scratch. It's almost 1 p.m.? Oh, no. I was supposed to be here by 12:30. I gotta find the assembly hall. Wacky hijink music. Dude. If it was this far away, I would have shown up yesterday, honestly. Like, I don't know how you were planning on getting here on time. I guess you're young and you're just not used to fucking up as much as I already have, but there was no way this was gonna work out. You said, I heard 6-hour drive, then I heard, my sister has to keep stopping for the restroom. Then you fell in a hole. You didn't know how to get from the road to the town. You're gonna just walk through the forest? What if you encountered a monster? You're just gonna put this down to the margin of error of like 10 minutes? It doesn't work out that way, buddy. I start running. Who even has time to check a map at a time like this? What, efficiently planning how to get to where your destination instead of running in random directions? No. We can't have that would save time. That's not helpful. I rely on my instincts and the huge castle-like structure in front of me to find the actual academy. I enter through the main door and try to remember the layout. Walking in more and more, I start hearing voices. Those must be the students in the gathering hall. I arrive in front of a long hallway. The voice is quite loud at this point. It seems to be coming from one of the rooms in front of me. Huh. That's weird. I thought the gathering hall would be in a more obvious place? Oh. Maybe it's a portal. I reach for the door as soon as I had that thought. I enter the room. The voices stop. The door closes behind me. Great. Another trap. What is this? Trap simulator? We have video games here, by the way, just in case that wasn't clear. Why do I keep falling for them? How did I never get kidnapped as a child? The room is engulfed in darkness, except for a light coming from a crystal on a pedestal in the middle of the room. I have a feeling I'm not supposed to be here. It's not much of a feeling as it is common sense. I reach for the door, thinking it would be locked, but I can't even find a handle. I take out my phone and use the flashlight, but as I suspected, the door was not even there anymore. Don't panic. You can get out of a hole. You can get out of anything. Well, I had some help, but I got out, so I should just be calm. Yes, I can do this. I'm brave. I'm sexy, which isn't helpful in this context. I'm smart. Nobody can defeat me. Mighty words, kitten. I spin around faster than I ever did in my life. That second statement isn't totally false. Everyone is so horny in this setting. I guess we're in agreement then. But the first and last are proven more and more wrong. Hearing a raspy man's voice in an obscure room is not the most soothing experience in the world. Who said that? No response. Get a little closer so I can see you better. Or he just wants to build tension. Oh, is it the stone? Is the stone horny somehow? Best choice would be to get closer to the only light source in the room besides my phone, but the voice obviously came from the crystal's direction, so as the dumb idiot I am, I do as it says. Maybe it's because of my fascination with magic, or my horny ass loving to do what people order me to do. I walk around the pedestal, examining it with one eye opened wide and the other closed like a cartoon character. You are a cartoon character. Greetings. Yep, that checks out. It spoke. The crystal didn't seem to like anything. It didn't seem like anything out of the ordinary. It looked like any other power crystal you can find in someone's house. They're usually used for summoning too. Except that this one was bigger and red, unlike the usual green or blue ones. I just can't stop looking at it. I feel drawn towards it, like invisible shackles pulling my hand. That's right. Come on. Touch me. Touch me hard. I know you want to. Why is it talking like that? It's getting weirder. My mind goes numb, and my hands are both raised at the crystal's level. What if I just... He doesn't recognize the voice, so I assume it's not the voice of the dragon from his dream, but it feels like it might be. Ouch! As my hand is about to touch the crystal, a shock of energy zaps my hand away, making me come back to my senses. Nah. I don't think I should. How do I get out of here now? What? I said, how do I... I heard you. I mean... How are you able to resist my control? You're trying to control me? The crystal started to talk nonsense. I have no idea what you're talking about. I feel nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Bullshit. Everyone likes to do the fucking SpongeBob meme at each other, like that type of mocking talk, apparently. That's like the third instance already in this game. Nobody set foot in my chamber without... Nobody sets foot in my chamber in fear of being controlled, yet here you are. How old are you, child? Wow, you sound just like my little sister. I'm 19, thank you very much. 19 what? Eons? Millenniums? Centuries? Years. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Not even 100 are you can resist my powers. Excellent. You are unusual. So young, so fresh. I chose you well. I like you. It is the dragon, okay. Not mutual. I can't blame you. It's a strange encounter, I admit. And yet, hearing those words truly hurts. I want to make it mutual. And because you impressed me, I will lend you a portion of my power in exchange for... let's say... your body. All you have to do is touch the crystal and say, resurge. You should feel honored. I'm only offering because I believe you're one of the few who can take me. What do you say? It does sound like an idea. Hold on, I need to change the music back real quick. The what? There you go. Now we can get to business. To ask for specificity or just fucking commit. Letting a maybe summon slash demon slash evil spirit use me however it wants? Heck yeah, no questions asked. I need to touch the crystal again. But am I really that stupid? If I do this, I should at least ask some more questions. I mean, I'm not an idiot, right? Only the most foolish person in the world would do this. Let's think about it again. Heck yeah, no questions asked. Oh, I'm literally not allowed to be that stupid. It's just a joke option. Womp womp. What's in it for me? I just told you. Are you even listening? You lost me at your body. I need more information. Who are you exactly? Pass. What? You can't pass the question. I'm the one in control here. Are you a summon? No. Wait, no? Why'd you even respond to that if you don't want to tell me? Are you a ghost? Are you going to use the process of elimination until you get it right? Yes? So? No. Are you a Nightfallen? No. Demon? Yes. That is very troubling. Demons are just like Nightfallen, except smarter and way more powerful. They're also extremely honest, not by choice though. They will quite literally die, or at least get injured, if they purposely lie, correct? My, you flatter me. And indeed, you are correct. Isn't that just so convenient for you? But we cannot refuse to respond. So I see. And manipulate the truth, so I should be careful. Looks like somebody studied their history. Alright, next question. Are you evil? What are you asking? If I accept your offer, will something bad happen to me or anyone else? No. That's a brave claim that nothing bad will happen to anybody. I will not bring harm to any living being. I can't do it even if I wanted to. I'm ashamed to say it, but I will be powerless unless you order otherwise. Unless I order. Yes, I can't interact ever so slightly with the outside world if you order me to. Small spells, weak attacks, buffs upon your body. Sounds pretty good so far. Now, one last thing. What are you doing on school grounds? None of your business. Alright. I turn around and start walking towards the darkness. I have no idea how to get out of here yet, but my bluff worked better than expected. Wait! Please. Yes. I am imprisoned under surveillance because of my dark past. So someone is watching us? No. There was supposed to be someone on guard duty, but they're not around for some reason. That is why I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Plus, nobody, especially not someone like you, should be able to enter this room. But here you are. It's odd, so I'll risk it. It's why I might sound a little desperate. It might be my only chance. Wouldn't they notice their demon was stolen, whoever's supposed to be guarding you? As long as my gem is still here, there's no reason for them to suspect anything. Nobody risks entering my chamber because, you know, mind-controlled. I understand. Going back, you said you're not evil. So, you were imprisoned because of your good deeds and charity work then? I can sense the sarcasm, and you're right. I was very much evil in your eyes, but my priorities changed over the years. I just want to get out of here. I'd become a saint if it means I can breathe again. I am eternally suffocating. Can you imagine it? Eternal. Alright. Fine. If you're really telling the truth, which I'm still skeptical about, I'll do it. Crystal guy, you just had to tempt Cody into the fact that you're the dragon that he was horny about like 6 hours ago. I think that'd do like half the work, honestly. You're really failing to use your advantage here. I said Coda by accident because Coda is like the single most common furry name, if I remember correctly. I'll do it. You will? Yeah, I need all the help I can get anyway. I'm not the strongest out there. I mostly got here out of dumb luck. Hell, I would have missed the first day of school if nobody found me in that hole. Maybe even die. You're also literally still late, and you're about to like do a horrible school rule break that might ruin your life. Before you even start class, assuming this isn't this quote-unquote test that was hinted at earlier, whatever this thing is, it could reach you at home. Oh, long story. Short fall though. So, if I want to graduate, I'll need help. I cannot go home. I have to be strong no matter what. At last, I take a deep breath and look at the glowing crystal in front of me. Is it starting to glow brighter? As it's showing emotions of restlessness. The voice does not dare speak with all the tension in the air. Tension created by me, since I'm still a tiny bit on the fence about it. Is it safe? Is it wise? Is it necessary? No, no, and yes. So, obviously, I continue on. The glow gets ever so intense while the tip of my claw grazes its surface. And... nothing else happens. Oh! So, something happened. Before I realize what I'm feeling, or what's happening around me, my body gets hit with a wave of hot air that pierces my heart. For a moment I feel heavy, tied down or chained to the earth beneath me, and then... relief. Oh man. This is already so amazing. Hey, can you take some deep, and I mean deep, breaths for me? I find it weird, but I do just that. Not like it's hurting me. That's the stuff. I can see now what you meant by the music earlier. Is this always playing in the back of your head? Pretty much. The music of this game's diegetic? I mean, it's not diegetic, but it is. It's in our character, our character's experiencing it in some way, even if it's not literally happening in the room, I guess. Fascinating. Now, I am a demon of my word. Here is how it works. You can call upon me whenever you're in a tough situation and I'll help you out. Now, unfortunately your body is way too weak to summon me all the time or at full power, so you'll have to choose your times carefully. I don't want to be classified as evil because you thought that making me demolish a building for you wouldn't hurt your body that much. Plus, it's in my best interest to keep your body healthy. I can still cast weak spells and do weak attacks from within your body if you order me to, but it's best that we don't do this often. Boy. Can you hear me? Yes, yes I can. Are you listening to me? So you can read my thoughts. Technically. Can you read all my thoughts? Not all of them, no. Just the ones you're not guarding. That's sinister and awesome. Can I see your face now? What? No. What's wrong with you? You can't just ask a demon to show their face. Not so suddenly, at least. Oh right, the face was hidden even in the vision. Maybe after we get to know each other better? That's an acceptable compromise. But, and before I forget, there was a little side effect to this whole ordeal. And you're telling me now? Relax, it's not the end of the world. My presence in your body will, well, make you hornier, so to speak. There it is. Why? How does it even work? Because I don't have a body of my own, most of my physical feelings will be transferred to you to some extent. Being a demon, I don't get hungry for normal food, or thirsty, or even tired. Lucky you. But I sure do need some action from time to time. That's weird, but it's not a deal breaker. I can live with it. Maybe. Hopefully. Great. Now then, I will open the door. The meeting hall is on the left. Just go back where you came from and go left. You're welcome. The door reappears where it was, and I walk in, now wide open. I remain rooted to the spot, shuffling my legs and fidgeting with my hands. A slight blush appears on my face. Well, go on. I want some fresh air, too. I've been trapped in that gem long enough. I mumble some words under my breath. What was that? I was just thinking, you know, did you say... You did say... But I'm not begging or anything, no pressure, I just spit it out. When will you use my body like you said? Oh, I'm doing it already. You were probably thinking of some kind of painful possession, but I'll just stay in your head. You won't even know that I'm here. Unfortunately, the only way for me to interact with the outside world is for you to summon me. In rest, I can experience everything you experience. I can see through your eyes, feel through your skin, even be somewhat affected by your emotions. Oh. I thought you were gonna use my body in like the hot way? I'm gonna go back on this deal now. You seem disappointed. It's unusual. I thought this deal was maybe a bit too good for you and not beneficial enough for me, considering you can't even muster the power to summon and free me yet. So, possession is where this relationship... so possession is where this relationship stops? I want to have sexual intercourse with you, if possible. Oh. What can I say? Well, I'd love to. I mean, I'll give you the privilege, and if you insist, I believe we can sort something out. Let me just... I wasn't expecting the eagerness, but I appreciate it. really took him by surprise there. I did not think the answer would be yes. It was mostly a joke, but I won't back down now. He snapped his fingers, and the obscure room once again became as dark as the starless night. How does this work, if you can't even summon him? I see a light in the distance, and I start walking towards... Wait a second. I have feelings of deja vu. I walk further towards the light, having an idea of what I'll see. Uh-huh, nope, we're back. Yep. I would be freaked out if I weren't horny. My poker face is showing strongly while I stare into his eyes, or the place where his eyes should be. I can feel the demon smirking behind the scribbles. Welcome to my domain, mortal. Please, make yourself at home. Don't be shy. Come closer. I'm just dying to try Alright, what's happening? I'm trying to roleplay a bit. I heard that's what the cool kids do these days. What's with the dumb face? I saw you before. What? In my dream last night. This place, your clothed schmeat. I saw it all before. Did you have something to do with it? Obviously, I thought you'd recognize my voice. Body, I gasp. You told me to find you. Yes, this is getting old fast. I might have overestimated your IQ. But it's not capitalized, so it's ick. In my defense, your voice had a lot of static sounds to it. I could barely understand a word. Huh. Yeah, the signal sometimes gets interrupted because of that stupid barrier. Moving on. How? And why me? When I was imprisoned, I managed to keep some of my abilities, like mind controlling over a short distance or invading dreams. It's harmless, really. I use it to entertain myself mostly. But it also made it possible to find someone with great power that can sustain me. Someone like you. So you decided to be a pervert as soon as you saw me. Hey, I didn't tell you to kneel in front of me and start stroking my rug. Wait. I've never even heard someone say that before. What? Yeah. I really don't know why I did that. Isn't it the same reason you asked for sex now? Nightfallen and demons are not the only ones with high lust levels, apparently. I look down at my noticeable erection. You're right. Way too accurate. I am young adult of age to be too aggro all the time. I really enjoyed that dream. Do be honest. Even if I had the wrong idea. Is it just my imagination, or is he blushing after I said that? You don't see a demon do that every day. I'm glad my body satisfied you. I would love to finish what I started, if you'd allow me. I would grant you the honor, if I could. But I'm afraid that I took you back to this place only as a preview. What does that mean? It means that because I'm inside your body, technically, you can see me now, but you can't touch me. I was going to tease you for a while, then break the news to you. That's evil, even for a demon. He started talking in a low, seductive voice, almost a whisper. I would not do something like that without a motive, you see. Once you are able to summon me, I will be able to touch you, and play with you, and do anything I want, really. Look at it as a little push towards your goal, your final reward. My mind started buzzing with excitement. Go, now. I believe it's the wrong "you're" again, it's really throwing me off. I believe you're due for an assembly or something. You don't want to be late. Explicitly already late. Literally was late before this happened. Also, why was this room open? Maybe the demon did it? I opened my eyes to find myself back in the same room, now with the door right in front of me. So he's a perverted, shy, but seductive demon. Personality noted. Alright. So Cody's having the best possible first day of college, apparently. Good for him, I guess. Alright, well this has been Lust Shards. We're an hour in, so that's going to be it for our preview for today. Definitely, it's a game you can check out if you are an adult and want to see more. And also, like usual, there's a link in the description to the Let's Try playlist where you can find dozens and dozens of videos like these, because this is what I do now, apparently. See you next time.